Okay. What is good, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Jayzilla, how's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And everybody else, welcome. So, let me start off from the beginning with this YouTuber named NateTheLawyer. For some of you who are unaware who NateTheLawyer is, he is a right-wing. I want to say he's right-wing. He leans right-wing, but he's more like independent, kind of. Because he does often do criticize like both the left and the right sometimes. And he covered a lot of the BLM stuff that was happening. And today he came out with a video pertaining to, hold on, let me see this real quick. He came out in a video today pertaining to the backlash of comments that he was getting from his previous video that he put behind a paywall to censor people from criticizing what he was promoting through one of his ads. And it was a lawyer firm that he was working with. And he has announced that he is working with this lawyer firm in terms of gaming addiction. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go over the video that came out today. I still have it up just in case he tried to paywall this one. So far, he hasn't. I'm trying to find the one that he paywalled. I think it was this one. Yeah, it was this one. It had 1.2K likes and 31 dislikes. This is the video he paid Wall. The View calls plans to pay women $5,000 to have babies racist. And I made a comment. As a matter of fact, let me show it. It's on my notification. My notifications about yesterday. Did I pass it? No, that's the video notification. $17, 19, 21. I wish there was a way to actually find it a lot faster. I am so sorry that I'm doing it this long ass way. Long ass backwards kind of way. Numeristic hours. Supposed to be having a discussion. Well, I guess I probably need to go a little bit further. Definitely need to go a little bit further. I think that was like through the middle of the day. Because this was like in the morning. Because he had it up in like 13 to 14 minutes. And after I got through watching it and I made a comment, he put it behind a paywall. But before he put it behind a paywall, he responded to my comment. I'm trying to find it. Okay, now it's 3 days ago. Ugh. No. 2 days ago. Probably passed it. Other people's comments. Yeah, I don't think I can find it. Because I still have the notification. But it shows me his comment, but I can't read the whole comment. So, and the way he has his video structured kind of tells me that he does use the paywall system as a means of censorship. Because on some videos, he'll say ad free. So I'm assuming he uses the monetization system as a means to like promote videos that are ad free. I'm not entirely sure. I could be wrong. But on some videos, he doesn't have ad free on them. Like that's the one he doesn't have ad free, but it's a members only. That one has it, but that one has both. This one doesn't have ad free, but it's members only. This one's members only, and it doesn't have ad free. Same thing with this one. Jay-Z saved after woman admits she lied about assaults and blames lawyers. Not ad free. Nudity and BDSM in first grade class book sparks outrage. Not ad free. Not ad free. Not ad free. Ad free. Like I do kind of feel like he's doing that in terms of censorship. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's just a tool of censorship. So he came up with a video today saying that he's working with a law firm. It's one of his ads. That he's working with a law firm in terms of gaming addiction, and this is to cover that backlash that he was getting from that from the comment section of that one video he released. And sorry if you hear the fan; it's just hot in this room. But we're gonna go through the video before he starts to put this behind a paywall. or do something funky. And then I'll even go over the comment that I left on here. And it's a really long comment with like 8 points. So let's go ahead and get started. Yo, what's up? Why did he put it behind a paywall? I'm not entirely sure. But considering he came out with this video in response of that video being put behind a paywall, the way I'm thinking, like I'll give him a caveat. Maybe he did that just so he can actually give details as to why he is promoting a law firm that is covering gaming addiction. But the problem that I have with that, and this is the problem that I have with it, why not discuss that with the people in the comment section? Why do you need to paywall the video and then come out with another video explaining why you're covering a case with a lawyer about gaming addiction? And the problem that I have with that is I feel like he's trying to control the narrative. Because the only people that can look at those comments right now are people who are paying him. So you can't look at the criticisms as to what people have been saying about what the hell he's trying to promote. Because the whole gaming addiction angle is the same thing as it's been pushed ever since the Satanic Panic. They've been pushing this since the Satanic Panic. And keep in mind, this is one of my points that I left in my comment. This is a channel that has been covering 4 years of critical race theory and social emotional learning going on in schools. And yet somehow these issues of children and parents buying these products is not based on the failure of our education system. It's now squarely based on the fact that these companies are pushing this stuff and that we need government intervention. He's literally making the socialist argument. He's making the left-wing socialist argument. And in that last video, I made a comment, and I think he made it here too. Let me see. No, I don't think. Hold on, wait. I don't think it was a comment. I think it was a. I think he said it later on in the video where he says, "Just because you don't experience gaming addiction does not mean gaming addiction does not exist." I'm like, Nate, that is literally a Black Lives Matter argument. Just because you have not experienced systemic racism does not mean systemic racism does not exist. That is literally the same defensive argument as Black Lives Matter in defending the racial grift. This is why I said he sold the fuck out. Nate the lawyer just sold the fuck out. Just like Melanie Mack and Razor Fist, how the hell do you spend 4 years covering Black Lives Matter scams, breaking down the details, and then for some fucking reason, just because this law firm has the same framing, but they take out black people and put children, and then the oppressors are the gaming companies, somehow it's an entirely different situation? All of a sudden it's an entirely different situation? Like what? All of a sudden all this critical race theory in schools doesn't matter anymore? All these no child left behind policies, all these incentives for children not to get better grades doesn't matter anymore? All of a sudden doesn't exist anymore? Didn't the Satanic Panic go out there Dungeons and Dragons? Yes, it did. It did. And look what happened. Nothing bad happened. Nothing bad happened. Like, I honestly, he has sold out just like Melanie Mack and Razor Fist has. 4 fucking years of protect women, protect what women look like, protect femininity, only to look at one video on Twitter about a female character dancing left or right like this. Nothing too provocative. in a leotard, somehow that means that character is explicitly pornography. 4 years of this motherfucker right here has been talking about critical race theory in schools, sexual books in schools, the education system literally failing, why men are dropping out of college. All of a sudden, it doesn't matter anymore. Games are the issue. He literally is making a heel turn, and the heel turn is clearly money. The difference between him and Melanie Mac and Razor Fist, there is no indication that they are working with someone that is offering more money. Clearly, it's an incentive for more money. But they didn't come out and say, yeah, you know, I'm working with this sponsor that also holds the same values and everything that they're saying, that I'm saying right now. But yet here he is doing the exact same thing and going, yeah, actually, you know, these are the people that I'm working with in terms of the thing that I'm talking about today. It doesn't make me a salad or anything, you know, because I actually care about the problem. But it's like, no, you don't care about the problem because you literally are discarding 4 years of the thing that is causing this problem out the window to facilitate the problem. You're facilitating the problem, Nate, and we're going to go through this fucking video right now before we actually, you know, get into like some gaming.
Recently, I was approached by a couple of law firms who were involved in litigation against video game companies.
Every game company on this fucking list has been infiltrated by Marxists, socialists, communists, wokies, whatever the fuck you want to call them. The people you have literally been making content on for the past 4 fucking years. It is not the company's fault. It is the people who are infiltrating these companies. They are strong arming these companies to accept them, or else they're going to have bad press for not accepting diversity. How the fuck do you not notice this?
Across the country. Specifically, they were talking about video game addiction. Now, the claims were simple. Video game companies designed, patented video games to be extremely addictive for young people. Now, you may be asking how to...
Okay. The framing on that is wrong. And I'll tell you why it's wrong. He's not covering which specific games have these patents. Most of the games he's talking about, like your Battlefront, excuse me, your Battlefront, the First Descendant, Borderlands, etc., etc. Most of these games are T for teen and M for mature. But he's framing it as if these patents are in all games, which is also included in games that are E for everyone, which are probably not true. But then again, you know, I haven't really played Fortnite. Does Fortnite have loot box mechanics in it? Oh, let me check. Does Fortnite have loot boxes? I think they do. No, it does not have loot boxes, but the Save World mode, a cooperative gameplay, previously had loot boxes known as Loot Llamas until 2019, when Epic Games changed the system to always reveal the contents of the llamas before purchase. Okay, so they had it back in 2019, but they changed it. So then what? Okay, so does Roblox have loot boxes? Roblox itself does not have loot boxes. Wait a minute, was that one of the games he... No, that was a screenshot later on where he actually has like games that have these, and then the game companies is actually showing are mostly M-rated.
Specifically, they were talking about
Hold on.
game addiction. Now, the claims are simple.
Yeah, Roblox doesn't have loot boxes.
Patented video games to be extremely addictive for young people. Now, you may be asking,
Okay, so I already went over the fact that that framing is false.
How do we know this? Well, that's because the companies actually patented.
And then I looked up this patent, US 9.666.026B1. That does not exist. So what the hell is this? I even went to the website for the patent database, and it doesn't pull up anything. I even put the patent code in AI Google, and AI Google is like, this does not exist. Now, the patent that he shows for loot box, AI Google actually found that. It actually says that it does exist. So there's a correlation with that one. But what the fuck is this patent? Like, it looks like a fucking mock-up. And it's not even saying anything. It's saying systems and methods for providing offers within a game space that decrease in value based on previous acceptances of the offer. Prizes left. There's no limit on the prizes. What the fuck is this? Like, what game actually has a limit number of prizes? Because on the left, it has a server, electronic storage, instructions, game component, offer component, offer presentation component, client computing platform, and external resource. Only 4 to 7 more chances to win. Join the 921 users who have already won. Yeah, that patent doesn't exist, but there is something of that where I think it was Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront, where there's this marketing incentive to get people who don't spend money on microtransactions to spend money on microtransactions, like the loot box that they had in that game, where they would pair the people who don't buy the stuff with the people who do buy the stuff. That way, the people who do buy the stuff are always constantly stumping on the people who don't buy the stuff, which incentivizes the people to go ahead and spend the money so you can actually compete with the people who have spent the money so you can compete with them. I think that's what it's referencing to, but that patent number does not exist.
Their methods on how to addict children. And because the games were designed to facilitate this type of addiction.
And that's not an addiction of children. That's motivating people to say, hey, stop feeling inferior. If you want to no longer feel inferior, spend money on loot boxes so you can be at the same level with the people who have spent money on loot boxes. That's not an addiction. That's an inferiority complex. So that whole framing is fake.
Psychological effects to young people. And some of the effects are dropping out of school, inpatient addiction treatment, and we've even seen suicide attempts. Now, as soon as I mentioned video...
Now, I'm going to go over those points later on when he brings up the lawyer, okay? And the reason why I'm pausing it a lot like this, because I do kind of get the feeling he's going to be looking out for, like, videos talking back about it. He's going to try to copyright strike. So that's why I'm pausing a lot. I'm not going to actually give my criticisms of his video, so he can't, under no circumstances, justify copyright claiming my fucking stream for this. Because this is a fair critique. Because I honestly do believe this motherfucker sold out.
Video game addiction, the first thing people talk about, the parents. What could the parents do? Well,
yes, it is always the fucking fault of the parent. And as a matter of fact, the people he's about to show, I can almost guarantee you, you look at these people, and I can guarantee you, the mother wants nothing to do with that little boy. Not a damn thing. But now that there's a problem based on what she has bought and shoved into her little boy's mouth, and she realizes she can make money off of the problem she caused, now it's a problem. What does that sound like? BLM. Sounds like BLM. Hey, we're telling all the black people here to be afraid of cops. And if they're afraid of cops, they need to be freaking out and panicking and running around and fighting for the gun, fighting for your life, you know, and all this other crap. I mean, yeah, it causes more problems, such as, you know, getting roughed up or at the very least, probably getting shot to the point of death. But we're not going to sit here and say, yeah, we did that. We did that to that person by feeding him fear mongering tactics. We're just instead going to tell his family that this is time for you to cash in on your little dead boy's grave. It's the system's fault. It's not our fault as a society telling young black men to run around, yell they can't breathe, fight. No, it's the system's fault why they're getting gunned down by police. This is literally the right-wing version of BLM. It's not my fault that I bought a product because my child doesn't want to shut the fuck up and doesn't want to listen to me because I grew up in a household with no damn husband that knocked me up and ran the fuck off and left me with a little spoiled brat that I have obviously negative feelings towards because he reminds me of that useless deadbeat that jacked off in me. So instead of actually looking at my problem and going, I'm the one that put myself in this position and situation, I need to blame something, and that blame is the corporation. While it is true, yes, just like how when it comes to the narrative of Black Lives Matter, are there racist cops? Yes, there are racist cops. Are there games with addictive mechanics within them? Yes, there are games with addictive mechanics in them. But there is a simple solution for both of these problems. And yet, for some fucking reason, both sides, including Nate here, wants to make the argument that the state needs to do something about something you can clearly fix yourself.
Well, this story was covered on Good Morning America with one of the law firms that I've partnered with. Here is what this mom did to try to help her teen avoid playing the...
Notice something that's missing, guys? Notice something that's missing? And let's look at those 3 slides. Here's the first slide.
This mom did to try...
Here's the second slide.
To help her teen avoid...
And here's the third slide. Notice something missing? You get 5,000 cool points if you can tell me what is missing from those 3 slides. You can chip in too, Jay. Tell me, what do you think is missing from those 3 slides that I just showed? What's missing? Starts with an F, ends with an R. Usually beats you upside your fucking head for, you know, doing anything a little fruity, you know. Has grown up during a time and period where they made a lot of mistakes and they're well equipped to actually share those mistakes with their children to make sure that their children don't make those same mistakes. Called the father. And I find it funny too, because as much as this motherfucker loves to talk about videos of like black people doing crimes, mostly everyone in the comments section always brings up at least one. Where's the father? Where's the father? Yeah, that's correct, Jay. I mean, you're a little late on that, but I'll still give it to you. I'll still give it to you. Notice how that's missing. Notice how when he's talking about like black people acting out, all of a sudden everybody in the comment section like father issues, the usual suspect. This is why we need individualism and all this stuff. We need to be our own. We need to be our first respondent. You know, all this other crap. But then when it's people that look like this, all of a sudden, oh, actually, we need the state, right? We need the state to chime in and protect little children. These little boys and these little girls being addicted to video games. I mean, clearly we didn't put the games in their hands, you know. They're friends. As a matter of fact, one of the comments down here literally says that. And I could tell it's one of these bot comments because for some fucking reason, it's always someone with these fucking sob stories that always correlate with the damn video that's promoting some type of propaganda.
Arkansas mother and son accusing manufacturers.
Again, where's the father? And then, see what I mean? Like Activision Blizzard, you're right about that. Roblox doesn't have any loot box games. Microsoft, let's see something. Does Microsoft have any box games? As implement policies regarding loot boxes in their games, according to Microsoft policies, players always receive fair value from the loot boxes, and the probability of obtaining each category of possible items must be disclosed to players. Yeah, because they already have like this stuff in place. So they already have rules and regulations when it comes to loot boxes in place. So then what the fuck is he talking about? I forgot about that. Yeah, they do have rules and policies and regulations in place for loot boxes. So what is he talking about? Was that Rockstar? And what? Wait, why are there two? I just noticed that. Why are there two Rockstar labels? Are they different? Is a single logo design that is consistent across all the studios, but each studio uses a variation of the logo with different colors. So it's a different studio. So then what's the red one and the yellow one? What did I say? Red. Blue. I'm clearly not colorblind. The blue Rockstar label. I didn't notice that. The blue Rockstar label refers to the song Rocks. No. Gaming studio label. Gaming studio label typically refers to Rockstar Toronto. Oh, so come before here. Because that's in California, right? California. Oh wait, that's Canada. Yeah, that's Canada. Yeah, same thing. It's Comedy Central. So the blue label is Comedy Central. What's the yellow label? What does the yellow Rockstar Gaming label mean? The yellow in the Rockstar Games logo represents optimism and energy, radiating warmth and positivity, and creating an inviting and cheerful presence. It is also associated with friendship and communication, reflecting the company's goal of creating a special atmosphere in games that connects people and brings fun and happy moments to their lives. Okay, there's a website on the P&Gs, a history on them. Yeah, that doesn't say anything because it's not going over other colors. Okay, so the blue one is based in Canada, and then the yellow one I'm going to say that's America, because that's the one I'm quite familiar with. Mojang Studios. What is that one? So one is clearly a loot box problem, but that's usually T for team. Roblox doesn't have loot boxes. Microsoft doesn't have loot boxes. I'm not entirely sure about these three. This one's based in Toronto, so that's socialist hellhole. Epic Games, that's the same thing as fucking Activision and Blizzard. So let's see. What is Mojang Studios? I've never heard of them before. Roblox has a pedo problem. Yeah, that is true. That is true. That is true. Roblox does have a pedophile problem. It's like, let's not make this about gambling. Let's make this about, hey, there's a bunch of fucking creeps on that damn platform. How about that? Will you react to Ethan in the Hassan debate? No. No, not really. I'm not interested in that. And I'll tell you why. Ethan put himself in that situation so he can fight his own fucking battles. Let's see. Mojang Studios. Minecraft. That doesn't have loot boxes. Does Mojang Studios have games with loot boxes? Has added the possibility to implement loot box system in their games, as evidenced by discussions on Reddit about the potential features in Minecraft updates. However, Mojang Studio has not widely adopted loot boxes across its games. While the studio has expanded the Minecraft universe with titles as Minecraft Dungeons, which do not include loot boxes, there's no indication that they're integrated loot boxes into their games as a standard feature. Additionally, Microsoft, which owns Mojang Studios, so these are literally just like redundant fucking logos. Because I'm pretty damn sure Treyarch's owned by one of these two, including Infinity Ward. Has established policies for loot boxes, and yeah, so these companies have established policies for loot boxes. So they've already established the laws here. They've already established the policies. You as a parent need to know this stuff, but you're not knowing this stuff because you have to read it. And because reading is something a lot of people don't want to do. Even I'll admit that. It's something you have to force yourself to do. Especially if you want to get to the bottom of truth of stuff. If you're sitting here being spoon-fed by people like Nate here for about 9 fucking minutes, using mainstream media's propaganda to sell you on the idea that what he is not selling to you is not propaganda, maybe you deserve to be scammed. Like, if you're going out your way buying these games that are clearly causing problems with your children, I'm not saying like let them fuck your children. But if you're dumb enough to buy the damn thing and put it in your kid's mouth, and over years and years and years notice a problem, you didn't actually put 2 and 2 together to realize that there was a problem with what the fuck you were buying, it's not only the gaming company's fault, it's your fault. You as the individual. You as the parent. You cannot buy these games just because it's a means to shut your little brat up. You know how children can avoid being addicted to games? Maybe if their parents actually put a little effort into playing the same things that they're interested in and participate in the thing that your child is interested in, maybe, just maybe, the adult brain that's in your adult body can pick up on the predatory practices that your child can't pick up on, and you can take the game back to the game store and say, give me my fucking money back, and do the research to buy a game that doesn't have these predatory practices in them. But no one wants to do that. No one, almost everyone with an adult body but a child brain does not want to fucking do that.
Designing games to be as addictive as possible.
I spent a lot of nights crying, thinking that I was a bad parent because of it.
You are a bad parent. You are a bad parent. Look at this setup. You got the 1080p television screen, motherfucker sitting as close as possible to it. That's a nice table. Gaming system, what does that look? That looks like a mixing. Or is that an Xbox? No, that's an Xbox One. Wait, is that an Xbox One? No, that's the series. Yeah, that's the series. Yeah, he has an Xbox Series X. So that white thing over there is the Xbox. I don't know what this is. He has a nice setup, but there's like, the room looks empty as hell. And you want to know how you probably got like that? Because the mother doesn't do anything with this boy. So the boy has to go out there and find something that he can actually correlate with. And what he found was video games. His room has no personality whatsoever. It is bland. This looks like the type of room that you see in those memes where it's like all a man needs is a TV, a table, the game console, and a chair, and a bowl of SpaghettiOs, and it's like an empty ass room with no personality in it. This literally looks like that room.
If there's any other parent dealing with this, I want them to know they're not alone. At one point, I took away the modem altogether, and he went downstairs and screamed so loud. The neighbors called Child Protective Services because they thought I was.
And that's the problem. Taking the games away does not solve the problem. Taking the games away, it's like taking a crack pipe from a crackhead. What do you think's gonna fucking happen? You think the crackhead's gonna go, oh well, let me get on my let me pull out my Sunday best and go to church and give my money to them? No. You need a father. You need something. You need some force in that household that when he does respond like that, you slap the fuck out of him. And you tell him you do that shit in this fucking house again, the only thing you're gonna have in your hand for playtime is a rake and a lawnmower. That's what the fuck you need in these households. And yet, for some reason, Nate, despite making all these fucking videos about black people acting out, and everyone in the comment section talking about, oh, they got parental issues, they got father issues, they need a father in their house, and then all of a sudden when it comes to these motherfuckers, well, yeah, it actually is the fault of the game company. You know, these game companies are getting away with it and everything. They're no longer individuals. You know, us as a collective has to band together against the bad corporations because we're the proletariat in this situation and they're the bourgeois. Fucking Christ.
Internet gaming disorder is listed as a condition by the American Psychiatric Association, and experts say the diagnosis would depend on the level of distress it causes.
And that distress will always be fluctuating as the variable prices that Nintendo has on its fucking games. You may not be that addicted, but based on our diagnostics, you are addicted.
Now, most of you may be
Unless you're a socialist, then all of a sudden you're perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with you.
familiar with the show Intervention. It's on Annie, and it deals with people who have substance abuse problems. Now, they've also been dealing with...
And I like how he uses shows to prove his point instead of actually, oh, gee, I don't know, going to the literal fucking case studies to show statistically per capita that this is an actual fucking thing. But he's using shows and television shows to prove his point.
with video game addiction because it's become a serious problem even within adults. Here's a story of two twins whose lives essentially have been destroyed because of their addiction.
Gaming was actually one of my first loves. Digital worlds were just like so.
It was your first love? Like, what about your dad? Like playing catch with your dad? Or like going fishing with your dad? Or playing basketball with your dad? Or building a birdhouse with your dad? Or a doghouse with your dad? What about that one time when you was washing your dog with your dad? Washing the car with your dad? What about that one time when your dad was fixing the lawnmower? What about that first time? Starting to notice something here. The absence of a father is somehow omitted, so long as that skin color is a bit fair for you to set up a proletariat versus bourgeois narrative.
I'm good in the digital world. I got lots of money. I got lots of friends. The world's mine for the taking. I'm coming. Oh. When I'm in video game mode, I completely lose my sense of time. I enter the kind of like flow state where you're in the zone. That's how I'd be able to play for 18 hours straight.
Here's another question. Is he on welfare? Because who in God's name can actually play video games 18 fucking hours straight? The only way, like, think about it. How do you have time for work? You have to be on welfare to have a lifestyle like that. You're either in your parents' basement or you're on welfare, baby. That's right. I'm throwing that narrative right back at you, Nate. Since, you know, everybody who's black is welfare. When it comes to motherfuckers on the left, these motherfuckers are welfare babies too. Not because they're white, but because there's no other possible scenario that you can play games 18 hours straight a week. Because us gamers, right, we understand, hey, in order for us to enjoy our hobby, we got to put that controller down, make that bread. You know, make that bread, get that butter. And once you're done playing in the dirt, you come back inside, take off your shoes, take a shower, get all that funk off you. And then when you put on some nice clear pair of clothes, some nice undies and a nice undershirt, you kick back in that gaming chair or whatever the hell you sit in, pop that motherfucking console on, and you do your business. You do your fucking business. Most gamers know that. But it's funny how y'all cherry pick these type of incel ass motherfuckers and you promote that as the majority of the collective as gamers.
You want to play another? Yeah, let's run another one. All right, let's get it.
Oh my god, this is so fucking. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of that episode from Law and Order, where it's those gamer guys that kidnapped that woman, and they ended up like raping her, and they're like, "Oh yeah, bro, you leveled up." This is the same thing. This scene has you leveled up energy all over it. I'm sorry. The problem is where the fuck is your husband? Well, considering you have two kids, where the fuck is David's father and Daniel's father?
All right, let's do it. I love video games just as much as the next guy
Huh,
does.
look at their.
All right, let's do it. I love
At least their room actually has personality. I mean, Funko Pops.
just as much as the
I mean, I
next
got
guy
some
does,
too. I
but
can't complain. I have a nice setup actually. But again, like, where the fuck is their father? Like, the issue that I have with this video and its narrative is that it's not dealing with the dependency problem. just like the war on drugs. People who use drugs, they don't do drugs because it's cool and hip. They do drugs because there is a psychological dependency on clinging to that drug because they want to escape from the reality of what the real world is. That's the same thing with video games. People don't play video games because it's just addicting. People play video games to get away from the real world. It is a form of escapism. To get away from the real world and to feel like they have accomplished something that the real world cannot provide. The real world is not providing something that allows them to feel like a winner. I wonder what it is, Nate. Does it have something to do with the fact that the real world is constantly hating on men? Saying that men need to die? And because these men have lost their purpose and they no longer feel needed, that video games is the option? See, this is my problem with you fucking conservatives, quote unquote. Well, he's a big conservative. He's a big C conservative, not a little C conservative. Big difference. This is my problem with you guys. You cause problems to shit you've already caused to sell solutions later down the line of problems you've already caused. Let's say you hypothetically get rid of all games, right? What do you think's going to happen? You think these people are going to be like, oh, well, all my games are banned and I can't play video games. Might as well get a job, get a 6-figure salary, get a 6-inch dick, and plow my wife with my 6-inch dick, and have two kids, and a picket fence, and a house with a golden retriever. Yeah, that's exactly what we can do in this fucking market right now. We can definitely buy a house. Finding a girlfriend, good luck with that. The ones who are not infiltrated by the feminist Marxist bullshit are trapped in their houses. They don't want to come the fuck out. So your dating market is fluctuated with OnlyFans whores, feminists, we don't need no man, and single mothers. No man wants that. This man is literally making the Matt Walsh conservative talking point push. Yeah, we understand mostly a majority of the females are feminists, OnlyFans, whores, and they honestly believe men are evil. But you're a man and you have to be married to that. So we're going to take away the things that you're using to escape from that and forcing you to marry that. Don't worry, we're not trying to tax you to death or anything. We don't see you as like, slaves or anything. But we see you as slaves, so we need you to be married to that so we can actually have them put in court cases as to why they are divorcing you and they need 99% of your income because they're bored.
Dave and Dan play video games all freaking day long, so it's pretty intense. Dave's
Wait.
video games just as
Isn't it the motherfucker in the back? That's him, right?
and play video games all.
That's literally in the front. Okay, if that's the case, then why the fuck are you? You're a horrible friend because then why the fuck are you doing the exact thing that they're doing? That's literally you right there in the room.
Freaking day long, so it's pretty intense. Dave's been my best.
Wait, what kind of fucking controller is that? Hold on, go back.
Freaking day long, so it's.
What controller is that? Oh my god. Bro, that's a fucking Joy-Con.
This guy does.
Nigga. Hold on. And also, you're still out when you're literally using propaganda footage from mainstream media where the actors are playing with a Nintendo Switch Joy-Con with a streamer layout playing no games. Look at this. He's not playing it. What is he looking at?
Beer. All right, let's do it. I love video games.
Like, what controller is that? Like, I love how it's switching like between two entirely different controllers. Like, we'll give him a benefit of the doubt and we'll say this is like a custom controller.
Just as much as the
Because it kind of looks like one. I can't tell. Wait a minute.
next guy does. But Dave and Dan play video games all
Hold on.
love video games just as much as the next guy does. But Dave and Dan play
Wait, what's in his hand?
video games
Wait, does he have a Joy-Con in his hand?
freaking day long. So it's
So let me get this straight. One guy has it looks like an Xbox controller in his hand, and the other guy is playing with a Joy-Con. This is clearly a Joy-Con. You know, you're so when you're literally using propaganda footage from mainstream media where the actors are playing with a Nintendo Switch Joy-Con and an Xbox controller. With a streamer layout playing no games. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that on there too. Yeah, suck on that. Yeah, suck on that, Nate. Suck on that.
pretty intense. Dave's been my best friend since 9th grade. He would say, "Oh, we're gonna make music, we're gonna do acting, we're gonna take photos." But I guess the video game thing got in the way.
No. You was a bitch. The video games didn't get in the way. You became a bitch and you followed your friends into what you are claiming is harming you and your friendship. That's what fucking happened. You're a bitch. You didn't look at your friends and say, hey, I love video games and everything, but, let's actually focus on our skills and careers so we can actually be able to, do gaming at a reasonable time, instead of like 18 hours a week or so, which I'm pretty goddamn sure is a false narrative.
Now, these are adults who are suffering from this, but these video games were designed to addict children in some instances. Now, think about this. You have a parent versus the video game company. They're scientists, psychologists, and designers who are designing these games to addict children to stay on the platform longer. And here are some of those patents. Now, the patent that you see on screen is a system built to make...
Wait. I just caught that. That's a false narrative. They're not making the money based on how long they can keep the kid on the game. They're making the money based on manipulation tactics to enforce the child to spend money on microtransactions and DLCs and expansions. These people are not making money based on how long you play the fucking game. I just caught that. Hold on.
And here are some of those patents. Now, the patent that you see on screen is a system built to make special in-game offers lose value the longer you wait. It promotes a sense of urgency, fear of missing out, and impulse buys.
Wait.
Video game company, they're scientists, psychologists, and designers who are designing these games to addict children to stay on the platform longer. And here are some of those patents.
That is no. Oh my God, Nate, you are a fucking boomer. Oh my God. The formula is not designed to train the players to stay on longer. It is designed with FOMO, purely FOMO, and competitive, forcing the players to compete against one another with those who bought the loot boxes versus those who are not buying the loot boxes. So they can get stumped on by the team that has the it's called a power incentive. It's called pay to win. It's a pay to win system where the people who have the money, who are willing to spend the money to get incentives to cut corners to gain the power within the game instead of playing it normally, so they can already be at the top league of all the power and all the skills and all the abilities to be able to stump people in PvP. That's a PvP thing. Then the people who don't spend the money on it, they get whumped by these people. And because they constantly get whumped by these people day in and day out, because they can't outcompete, they're blueberries. They cannot outcompete people without spending money, because the people who spent the money on the power incentives and the shortcuts and all the other stuff, they have the advantage over them. So the odds of them being able to win is very, very slim. That is the incentive. These games are not making money based on how long the person can play. They're making money off of the fact that they're pitting the players against each other within the monetization system to incentivize more people to spend more money on loot boxes. He's a fucking boomer.
Now, the patent that you see on screen is a system.
He's just looking at little narratives and then piecing them together. This is almost on the same level of why the Jews control the world and how they need to be eradicated.
To make special in-game offers lose value the longer you wait. It promotes a sense of urgency, fear of missing out, and impulse buy.
This is such a conspiracy theory.
Psychological level.
And you know the whole thing about conspiracy theories is it's always based on some negative truth, but then it's always built on a tower of lies.
This item changes the chances of getting a rare item in a loot box depending on how much you've already spent. Essentially,
Okay, first of all, I can tell you a fact. This is not a real patent. And you want to know why? There is no fucking way. What game is selling something for $10 in-game currency? This is not a real patent. What game is selling in-game currency for $10? It is always in terms of 5, 20, 50, 100. That's all I've ever seen. What game is selling their in-game currency for 10?
Changes the chances of getting a rare item in a loot box depending on how much you've already spent. Essentially, it plays off.
Like, this looks like shit he made in fucking Paint. Microsoft Paint.
Beginner's luck thing, where when you go into the game,
Server, processor, game component, shop component, purchase. Wait, what? User component. Wait. None of this makes any sense. Wait, what? Okay. Yeah, this is fake. He literally made this. Or somebody made this and he took it as a fact. In terms of a diagram like this, wouldn't the user component be at the bottom? Because the user has control of the electronic storage. That's your SSD, that's your hard drive. The user has control of the electronic storage. So that should be down here. Then activation component, which is basically the person who has the license, who spent the money on the disc to get the game, to actually play the game on it. That should be the second thing. And then the third thing should be your shop component, because that's like the main thing like game companies want to push on their players. They want to push the shop is always the most functional thing available. The game is just falling apart, but the shop is the most functional thing available. Then after that, it should be your probability component to show the probability of you getting this item, the probability of what happens when you don't get this item, and then what happens with that probability when you don't get the item, and how much that increases your chances. Then the next component should be your purchase history component, which shows how many purchases you have made, because your purchase history your purchase history comes before the probability component, because you need to actually be able to spend in order for you to actually create a history. And then the shop component goes after the purchase history and the probability clause. And then the game component is not even a factor. Because again, a lot of games with this type of monetization practice in it, the game is shit quality. It's bottom surface level quality. So game component is not even a factor. And then what the fuck? Processor? What does the processor have anything to do with the in-game shop? I swear to God, he made this on Microsoft Paint. Like, this is not a patent. He made this on Microsoft Paint. And he's promoting it as a patent. Because there is a loot box patent under 9.744446B2. That is an actual patent. I don't think that's, hold on. I don't think that's in there. Like, he literally just made this because that whole schematic does not make any sense. Database or patents. Then we'll go all the way down here for patent assignment search. We have the patent number here, right there. 9.744446B2. Says not found. What the hell? Okay, then let's use US patent. There is no information available for this patent in the provided context. The closest patents mentioned are US patent 10.094.744 and US patent 9.744.236, but neither. Are these actual patents? I don't think these. No, wait. It can't be a patent. You can't patent a concept. These are not patents. They're business ideas. Oh my God. Why did I not think of that? These are not patents he's showing. These are business ideas. You cannot patent a business idea. You cannot patent FOMO. No corporation can call dibs on a business practice. This is literal propaganda.
You win big with your first try. Hey, I've won big, but now you're always chasing that big win because the game specifically lowers the odds the more you spend. And there are many more of these patents that are designed.
No, Nate, it does not lower. Christ. It does not lower the odds the more you spend. You're not even showing it. You're just showing a bunch of blueprints that look like they were made on Microsoft Paint and saying this is a patent. Oh, what is this? The same storage processor, storage device, application. Computer system. This is not even a patent. At best, this is a Microsoft PowerPoint presentation in 2006.
By scientists and psychologists to addict you to the game. And that's the goal.
And then, hold on. And then what's this in the corner? Team level. Wait, where's that screenshot from? That is literally from Overwatch. No, someone. This is a PowerPoint presentation. This is not a patent. It's a PowerPoint presentation. This is an Overwatch screenshot. This is Mercy. There's Widowmaker. There's Hanzo. There's Reaper. This is Overwatch. Overwatch never had this overlay. Someone took this overlay and then they put this little gauge, team level 4. Oh my fucking god. Nate, you fucking sellout. And I'm in the right to call you a sellout. How the hell are you promoting this and they think you're right?
Designed by scientists and psychologists to addict you to the game. And that's the goal, to addict children to.
Oh my god, he is a propagandist.
We have laws that say if you design a product and that product can injure someone, either knowingly or unknowingly.
What injury are we talking about, though? Right? Because this is the same argument the left makes about guns harming children. Since the gun harms the children, right? Therefore, the gun manufacturer must be held liable. No, and then what does Nate and the right say? No, you cannot sue the gun manufacturer because the gun is not the problem, it's the person using the gun. And the reason why he needed the gun in the first place can be solved by solving the problem as to why he needs the gun. It's his dependency on the gun. Switch the words out. Switch the word gun with game, and then all of a sudden, well, actually, yeah, we do need state intervention. We do need to rein in these corporations. We do need these law firms to be suing these corporations, and these corporations need to be held accountable because they're the ones who are somehow telling the parent or the child to buy the game so that they can spend all their money on the game playing slot machines when the front of the game is not telling you that. The front of the game, like say for instance, Vanilla Destiny, back when it actually did have loot boxes. The front of the game wasn't, we are making this game to sell you loot boxes. The front of the game was, this is a fun first-person shooter experience of playing with your friends to combat the evil forces of space and to push back the darkness. And then in the back, there's this little thing called the shop, where we got these cool little knickknacks that we could put in the game for you to actually win in terms of like playing with the game and actually, playing the game on the hardest difficulty and challenging yourself and actually subverting those challenges and actually rising to the top and circumventing all those trials and tribulations to be able to get those prizes, such as like weapon skins or ships and cool paints and stuff like that. That is in the back. It's not a promotion, it's just the thing that's there. Where you look at how the system runs and you're going, well, in order for me to get this, this, and this, I have to get it from this. I can't get it from the game. I can't get the things that increases my cooldown for my grenade or my melee ability or my class ability. Well, you can, you just won't get them as fast as you could by spending money, which is what Bungie actually did.
Then you have to warn them of that danger. The best way to understand this is...
But they are being warned of the danger, Nate. They are literal loot box policies that the companies that you're lambasting right now with old propaganda from mainstream media, they have already came out with policies against loot boxes. They have already came out with contingencies against loot boxes. The problem is that you and everybody else in your fucking audience is not reading because you're not gamers. You're normies. You're fucking normies. Get the fuck out of here.
An example. Look at this commercial.
And that's me saving the children, telling you to get the fuck out of here. And then he's using drugs as an example, which is a false equivalency, by the way, as to what the games are supposed to be doing. My guy, the game is not a drug.
Plan that's right for you.
Let me. That's Jesus Christ. I'm not here to buy a drug.
Now, and get that. Chantix is actually designed to help people quit smoking. And when it comes to video games, they actually patented their games to be more addictive for younger people. And we're not talking about for adults.
They did. I don't know how many times I gotta cover this. They did not patent their games to be more addictive. They have designed, not patent. You cannot claim a concept. A company cannot claim a concept. They have designed their games in a way where all the loot incentive is not in the game, it's in the shop. You don't play the game to get the goods. You play the game to go to the store to get the goods. That's the problem. That is literally the root problem to any kind of game you fucking point at. That is literally how it is fucking designed. It is designed with a gameplay that is fun and addictive. The gameplay is addictive. But the loot, right? Like your cosmetics, your paints, your gun skins, your character skins, purely cosmetic, are designed to pull the people in to say, hey, if you want to look this cool, if you want the status, if you want to look like you got monies and you're part of the high class, you're not a peasant like those motherfuckers in the black community who buy all the fucking Sony products, because that's where all the black people are who own Sony products. Spend all your money here. It is not the game, it is the shop. Because if it was the game would be selling. If you look at its revenues, all those companies you showed, look at their revenues. The amount of money you gain in terms of game sales should be outselling the shop. But it's not. It's the other way around. The shop is outselling the game. Because they realize that there's people who would rather buy the skin, buy the paint, than rather play the game and earn it just so they can look cool, because they don't have enough time in the world to play the game to earn the loot, which busts your argument about these motherfuckers spending 18 hours playing video games. They spend the money not because they're spending the money. I just said it and just left my fucking mind. They're spending the money not because they have the time. They're spending the money because they don't have the time. They don't have the time to play 18 hours. They don't have the time to play 10. They don't have the time to play 8. They don't even have the time to play 3. That's where the bulk of the money in the shops is coming from. It's not coming from addictive gameplay. It's coming from, I don't have the time for this. That is where the bulk of that money is coming from.
We're talking about for children. Now, with that, I want to introduce you to another lawyer who I'm working with in this video game addiction litigation.
Who was another sellout.
His name is Darren Miller, and he's going to explain to you what we're looking for.
Oh, I need to look him up. Darren Miller. Go back.
Addiction litigation. His name is Darren Miller.
Who is this guy? Whoops, wrong one. Wrong browser. Yum. Oh, I did not click on that. Darren A. Miller. Focus on the practice in real estate, construction and development, negotiating various agreements, and representing clients in commercial and real estate transactions. That might not be him. Hold on. Yeah, he's a personal injury lawyer in Houston, Texas. Assist victims and change laws to prevent further exploitation. Okay. So I don't think he's a seller in terms of he is willing to like destroy things. I think he's more like an indirect sellout. Kind of like Malcolm X. Like he didn't realize he was being a sellout despite the fact that, he joined Nation of Islam. So this is not him being this is him and Nate being indirect sellouts. They're not looking at the gaming industry as itself. They're looking at small bits and pieces of information about the gaming industry and forming narratives about the gaming industry without literally dipping their toes within the gaming industry. So I would put him and Nate in the category of indirect sellout. They don't know what the hell they're doing.
Miller, and he's going to explain to you what we're looking for in terms of clients.
Some of the symptoms.
Hold on, what was that?
Explain to you what we're looking for.
Must be 25 or younger. Wait, why do you have to be 25 years old and younger? Hold on. Why is there an age requirement? Are you telling me the senior citizens who are probably addicted to video games are no longer qualified? Why is there an age requirement? Why is there an age requirement on video game addiction? Is there an age requirement on alcohol addiction? I mean, yeah, you gotta be 21 and older to drink alcohol, but hey, anybody can be addicted to alcohol, especially at a young age, This is how you can tell this is just fake. It is literal propaganda. And I hope Nate is watching this. Nate, and if you are watching this, Nate, I want to let you know. I don't think you're a direct sellout, as in you realize what the hell you're doing and you don't give two shits on a solid fuck. I think you're more like an indirect sellout, where you're doing the exact same thing Malcolm X did, joining the Nation of Islam because it's all the black people actually, being brought out of poverty. They look nice, dressed, well clean, well mannered. And he thinks Islam is the path. Islam is the way. Islam is the truth. Then he finds out that Elijah Muhammad has been having sex with minors and getting them pregnant, which is literal pedophilia. And then he ended up calling him out, only to not realize that in terms of Islam, criticizing the prophet is punishable by death. I think that's the problem. You're indirectly a sellout. You're not like a complete sellout where you're like, you chucking and jiving for the man because you think white people are like the best and everybody else is like sit at the bottom and be second class citizens. I don't think that's the case. I think the case is you're indirectly selling out. You're looking at a problem and it's surface level. You've only the problem is 1,000 feet deep, but you've only dug 50 feet and you're like, that's all I need to dig. No, you need to dig a lot deeper. You need to dig a lot deeper, my guy.
For in terms of clients.
Some of the symptoms and the things that we're looking for with regards to our clients in this particular litigation. And
also, here's another question. When did lawyers become psychiatrists? Is that a thing? Hold on. Is that a thing? Lawyer practice in psychology. I'm pretty sure that you're just studying law. How are you a lawyer and a psychiatrist? they can incorporate psychological principles into their practice to better serve their clients, but they typically cannot practice as psychologists in a traditional sense without the appropriate Okay. That's not a good sign. This is a person claiming to be representing the people, but he's not licensed to represent the people in that field. Okay, yeah, cool. That's definitely not like the same narrative that's been going on for the past 4 fucking years.
Yourself, are you seeing any of these types of things in your friends and your
Hold on, let's go over this. Tier 1, suicide can be put on the schools in social emotional learning. Suicide attempt, that can also be correlation to social emotional learning, critical race theory. Inpatient addiction treatment for video game addiction. What do you say? Like people, wait, like they're addicted to being impatient? I think that's more of a ruse to say that the person who really, really wants that escapism is really impatient, that quote unquote impatient. So that's just a way to like diagnose those who are really dependent on escapism are impatient addicted. Then you have high school dropout. Again, that's social emotional learning, critical race theory, hating all men, hating all white people, black people are oppressed, et cetera, et cetera. Same thing with college. D and E are literally the same fucking category. I don't know why you got 2 of the same. Because you can say the same thing in college. And you can literally say the same thing in homeschool. So video games engineer addiction. What about food and alcohol? Yeah. Food and alcohol do have levels of addiction. And that's the question I left on my comment. I said, what level of addiction are you acceptable of? Because even games like Tetris and Dr. Mario and Mean Bean Machine look harmless, but they have a gameplay system that is addictive. So does that fall under the category of gaming addiction? Just because someone can't stop playing Puyo Puyo or Dr. Mario or Tetris? You see what I mean? Like, this is, understand what they're coming from. Like, they maybe they are concerned, but at the same time, it seems like what they have in their hand is a revolver with 6 bullets, and they're like, each bullet is going to solve your problems, but don't worry, it's not going to kill you. I know, but I'm not going to put it on myself, but I know it's not going to kill you. And that's how it comes off. Like bullet points D, E, and F are literally just, they're just deconstructed categories of the same category. They're just making multiple categories to make it sound like something more devastating. Especially fast food can be addictive. Yes, fast food can be addictive. Look at McDonald's. They were using what was it? Sesame seed oil in their fucking hamburgers. That caused an addiction. I don't see you motherfuckers going after that.
your family that are involved in these videos.
And they lead to obesity, which unfortunately Nate is a part of.
Video games. Right off the bat, anyone, of course, who's committed suicide or attempted suicide pursuant to these games.
So let me get this straight. Because a person is trying to commit suicide or has attempted suicide, it's because of the game. It's not because of the education system with social emotional learning and critical race theory and critical pedagogy, where they're teaching the children to hate each other based on sexuality, gender, and race. Has nothing to do with that. But it has everything to do with the video game, because video game has person going around killing other fictional characters. So therefore that what causes the situation with suicide. Not these last 3 points right here, right? School. That's not the root cause. The failure of the education system is not the root cause. The failure of the education system is not the root cause. The root cause is the video games.
Anyone who's involved in inpatient addiction with regards to getting video games.
And I just noticed another thing too. Why is it all the white kids are like actual children, but then when it comes to black people, he's showing like grown ass adults? I don't know. That's a weird framing. Like, hold on. Like, did he at least use black kids? And I'm not talking about like this kind of crap. Like, white kid, grown white adults, white kid, white kid. Why does he look like he has female legs? Why the fuck does he have these skinny ass jeans on? Ew. I swear to God, stock footage is. Yeah, it's just poor little white baby angel didn't do nothing wrong. Mama didn't do nothing wrong being all white and everything. And somehow the evil gaming corporation that came down and ruined their whiteness with their evil monetization and greed. But we can also, group these grown ass children in as well, We can group these grown ass children. We can't really call them adults, but these baby angels, these innocent baby angel Aladdins of white fairness. Oh, boo-hoo. Boo-hoo-hoo. Boo-hoo. I hate how our favorite entertainment gets blamed for everything. Exactly. And the funny part is, it's coming from the people that's looking at the problem. And then they go, well, I'm getting more money to take away from the real problem, to talk about something that's not the real problem, and to obfuscate the real problem, because the real problem is not paying me enough money. There is a financial incentive for him to do this now. And that financial incentive is what he's doing with YouTube, and actually, doing legitimate work ain't paying the bills, or he needs that extra income. And working with this law firm, irregardless of how disingenuous it is. And to be honest, I honestly do believe it's disingenuous. Yeah, I don't trust this shit.
Be paid out as related to this resolution. So then let's talk about the next tier of damages that are involved. You're looking at outpatient counseling. You're looking at individual educational plans. If you're having to hire private tutoring or the types of different.
Hold on, what? These are COVID. Wait a minute. Hold on. These are COVID related symptoms. These are COVID lockdown related symptoms. This has nothing to do with video games. They're taking all the shit that the lockdowns from the COVIDs were doing, that the COVID lockdowns were doing, the side effects of those, and putting that on video games.
Orthopedic damages or injuries you're suffering because of repetitive play.
No, you got that because you're not exercising. People were locked in their fucking houses for like about what, 2 years and a half or so? How long? Hold on, let me. How long did the COVID lockdowns last? Because I remember that was like a good 2.5 years. It varies from certain locations. Australia experienced one of the longest, which was like 267 days. In contrast, no, it wasn't no damn 267 days. Because when was the time? No, because it was not no 267 days. That shit was 3 years. Because when it first hit, I was working at FedEx TechConnect, and that's when all those COVID restrictions hit. Then I went from that to another job, and they were still doing the same restrictions from 2020 to 2021. Then I went from that job to another job, and they were still pushing those. That was like 2 years in terms of private business and private business policy. So no, this guy's fucking lying.
In gaming. So the last thing we're going to talk about now is just the tier 3 damages, and these are kind of the bottom tier. If you're looking in terms of,
I think it's a year and a half when it comes to COVID lockdowns. Yeah, it's something about around there because they're just looking at it from the federal level. They're not looking at it from like private business level.
tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, the largest bucket of cases where I think most people are going to be qualified in. So let's talk about what that's going to entail. You need to have played a minimum of 15 hours.
Okay, so let's look at this tier 3 that's apparently going to be applicable to everyone. You need to play a minimum of 15 hours a week per week, which is basically literally everyone. That is such a broad, vague term to like encapsulate everybody in this. Because they're basically saying there's 7 days within a week. They're basically saying playing 3 hours a day means you have video game addiction. At the very least, 2. If you're playing 2 hours a day, you're that close to being video game addicted. Dropping grades due to gaming, which that is a fallacy. Because again, that is a line that is omitting critical race pedagogy, social emotional learning, and Marxist praxis, which incentivizes the children, especially if you're a minority or you are guilty of white supremacy, to not try hard, to not even bother trying to go for an A+. Don't go for an A-. Don't even bother for a B. Don't even bother for a B-. Don't even go for a C-. Go for a D+. And because you're a minority, we'll let you through. Actually, I think it was 2 years and a half ago because I had that kind of remember the lockdowns officially started in 2019. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're trying to memory hold this shit. Then his third one is displays 5 to 9 of the symptoms of video game addiction. That's not video game, but again, Jesus Christ. These are not. These are not reflective of the industry. They are reflective of propaganda. That someone is trying to sell a narrative in order for them to seize the means of production that is the video game industry, so that they can sell the narrative that woke is good. This is literally a Marcusian tactic under the guise of we're helping the children.
Per week, you need to show that your grades dropped because of gaming, and then finally
VGA. Okay. Oh wait, hold on. How can you prove games were the reason a person's grades dropped? Because now this is just an excuse to say, well, it has nothing to do with the fact that we have social emotional learning within the schools. It has nothing to do with the fact that we have critical race theory in the schools. It has nothing to do with the fact that we're incentivizing our children who are black and white to hate each other and to collectivize in a form of intersectionality to only be around the blacks and only be around the whites. It has nothing to do with that. It all has something to do with this fucking video game right here that is teaching you individualism. We need to get rid of it. Surprised we didn't get any cabin fever when the lockdown. Well, that wasn't going to happen to me. I I am introverted. I'm introverted as hell. So that was not gonna happen. That was a vacation for me. Actually, that wasn't even a vacation. That was my everyday. Going to work, wearing, well, I wouldn't say wearing all those stupid masks and everything, but like going to work, doing what I need to do, come back, stay there, going to work, going what I need to do, get off work. If I have somewhere I need to go, do that, go home, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So that wasn't that big of a difference for me. The only thing that was that big of a difference was those fucking mask protocols and temperature changes. I mean, temperature checks.
To exhibit 5 of
PTA
90
diagnosis or
symptoms
parent
suffered
declaration
because
of
your
IGD
addiction to
symptoms
video
for
games.
12 months.
So these are the specific symptoms that we believe that you need to be looking for, and there's 9 of them that you need to be paying close attention to. The symptoms you need to be looking for include the following: gamer's rage.
Oh, no, wait.
The symptoms you need to be looking for
You can tell this is just straight up propaganda. This nigga's in the kitchen with a tablet on one end and a laptop on the other with an Xbox controller. Nate, I'm sorry, bro, but you're looking like you might as well be doing this while you're talking about video game addiction. Because that's what you look like right now. You look like a Black Lives Matter activist. The only thing that's missing is you're not talking about systemic racism and whiteness, and blacks have never built a system before.
include the following: gamer's rage.
And look at this overloaded fucking symptoms. Video game addiction symptoms, gamer rage, which everyone can experience some form of displeasure. Depression and anxiety, which can also be contributed to other factors outside of gaming. Outpatient counseling, that's a COVID related symptom. Gaming addiction how is a diagnosis a symptom? Individualized education program, i.e., I don't know what the hell that is. Private tutoring. Okay, why is a person who has private tutoring means that they're gaming addicted? If they're gaming addicted, why would private tutoring be a symptom? Because wouldn't you just be burning more money? And then the question is the tutoring helping? Because then can you classify it as a symptom if the tutoring is helping? You see what I mean? Like, this comes off like a weaponization. It's not a real thing. It's a weaponization. So then in the event a child's tutoring is actually improving their grades, well, because it's a symptom, he has video game addiction, so therefore we have to get rid of the tutoring. Orthopedic injuries. Of like what? Like everyone gets carpal tunnel. In some way, shape, or form, everyone gets some form of hand pain. It's not exclusive from games, especially me, considering me, because I work primarily in warehouse settings, repairing laptops and desktops, Inpatient treatment, I've already covered that. Suicide attempt, I already said that's a symptom of a school with critical race theory and Marxist pedagogy and all that shit. Gaming disorder. Wait, why is gaming disorder what? How is a disorder part of the symptoms of disorder? Unable to work due to gaming. Well, that doesn't apply to the child because the child can't work. But then they'll argue just because the child can't do their chores, therefore it's video game addiction. And I've already covered high school and middle school. That's a symptom of the school, not the symptom of the video games. Criminal record to pay for nigga. Bro, I'm about to be like the almighty lolly and call this motherfucker a nigger. Who the fuck is stealing video games or committing crimes to play video games? And if there are people, it's probably a very small fucking percentage. All of these are just small little percentages that they're trying to combine as a whole excuse to justify classifying someone under video game addiction. Gaming disorder is a thing. Is it? I haven't really looked at it. Like, I'm pretty sure it is a thing, but I feel like it's being over exacerbated. Because all this just seems like it's just overreaching. Like, who the fuck has a criminal record to play video games? Like, who the fuck is doing that? I committed a crime so I can afford to play video games. That doesn't make any sense. No, people commit crimes. They commit crimes because they want things the person has. They rob the store because the store has things that they want that they can't afford or don't want to pay for. That is the main incentive to steal. That is the core factor to stealing. This is literally the Black Lives Matter argument of black people steal from stores not because they're criminals, but because society and systemic patriarchy of white supremacy has evolved their environment to where stealing is a necessity. That is the same fucking argument.
Depression, anxiety, outpatient counseling.
Not everyone are going to suffer
Seizures.
Now let's just keep it 100% real. Not everyone who plays video games is addicted, and we're talking about a small minority of people who actually are going to suffer these ill side effects. And just because you like
Okay, so then what was the point of this video? A small minority of people have been inflicted, yet somehow you're making a cry to the state because a small minority of people have been afflicted. No. Just like the black motherfuckers on the left, I'm going to tell the white motherfuckers on the right, you fed your child that shit. You did that to your child. Just like how the black motherfuckers on the left did that to the baby angels. You did it to yourself. You are literally doing it to yourself. And you cannot turn around and say because you didn't know or because you're selling misinformation to your child or you're feeding poison to your child, indirectly not knowing, you shouldn't be held liable. No, you should be held liable for that shit. Because that makes you a horrible fucking parent.
video games or you play for a long time doesn't mean you're addicted to the game. Now, we're looking for people who are 25 years or younger whose families have suffered these ill side effects of video game addiction. And some families have suffered more and some families have suffered less. But we're going to hold the video game companies accountable because they failed to...
This is literally the fucking whole gun manufacturers accountable argument. It is the same thing. It is the same thing. This is the same argument the left uses to try and punish and sue gun manufacturers. It may be a small minority of people that's going out here shooting people, but we need to hold the gun manufacturers accountable for creating these guns. This is the same fucking argument. You have whites and blacks who cannot look after themselves. They cannot take care of themselves because their fathers are irresponsible and they don't want to be a part of the fucking family. They don't want to be a part of the family and they don't want to share their experiences with their children so they can ensure that their children do not make the same mistakes as them, because the mother is genetically designed to not share stories with their children to make sure they don't make the same fucking mistakes. They don't share that kind of shit. The father shares that kind of shit. Ain't no mother is going to sit down with their fucking children and say, this is things you shouldn't do because I did this. Because the mother is constantly trying to be the perfect picture in front of their fucking child. The father is trying to be the perfect picture, but also is trying to show that he is also imperfect. The mother needs to show that they are perfect. So they'll keep all their dark secrets to themselves, but the male, the father, is more inclined to open up to why you shouldn't do certain things. This is why this is a scam, because I've been through it, or I've done it before and I don't want to do it anymore, and I don't want to see you going down the same path. This is literal propaganda.
To warn you of these particular negative side effects. Now, to see if you qualify, go to videogameclaimshelp.com. The link is in the description or in the pinned comment, or scan the QR code.
You know what? Hold on. We're doing it. We're doing it, boys. We're going. I just want to see the validity of this damn website. Gameplay. Oh. Let's see how accurate this website is. Hi there. If you or your loved one plays video games for more than 2 hours a day, so playing it 2 hours a day is somehow video game addiction. So that would imply every streamer is addicted to video games. Okay. Sure, myself. How many hours? Well, we'll clear. I clearly do like 3 hours gaming, so we'll go with 3. When did you first start playing video games? Ooh. This was back when. When did the Atari come out? Hold on. When was the Atari released? The Atari 2600, 1977. I was born in 1988. I think I had it when I think I was playing it when I was like 2 or 3 years old. So we will say January of 1988. I'll say 1999 because 1990 because I remember my dad giving me like a little computer. I forgot what it was. It was like some kind of computer program where you can like code and do other stuff, and I was like, oh wow, this is fun. Because at that time, like technological advancement, we were, and yeah, you can't really hold people accountable to that because it's like everyone was getting behind the times of technological advancement. Please select all gaming consoles used. PlayStation, Nintendo Switch. I'm surprised I don't have the PlayStation 1 and 2. Gaming laptop. I don't have a Steam Deck. I have an Android phone, but I don't use that for gaming. Oh, that's it. I don't have 3. Please select all video games you have played. I don't play no fucking Roblox. Fuck Minecraft. Fuck Fortnite. Fuck GTA. Fuck Call of Duty. Fuck Counter Strike. Fuck Overwatch. Fuck Apex Legends. Fuck World of Warcraft. Fuck Rainbow Six Siege. Fuck Rocket League. And fuck Barrel. How are these even options? I don't play either of these. They don't even have an option if you don't play either of these. League of Legends, I don't play. I don't play Team Fight Tactics. So because I don't play these games, does that mean I no longer have gaming addiction, despite the fact that I played 3 hours of gaming? Hold on. We're just gonna go other game, which allows them to be able to, like, if you look at it in terms of like statistical data, it allows them to like manipulate the data to justify their claims. Because I don't play any of the games that they're saying is addicting. Did you have an account with any of the following you play video games? I still have my Facebook, still have my Twitter. I don't really use my Amazon with gaming. So, well, I don't use Twitter and Facebook with gaming either, so I don't even mark any of this shit. Anyways, have you had any of the following inquiries or diagnoses due to video games? Nope. 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 And my depression and my suicide, that was not from gaming. That was from social anxiety from the black community. Because that is the literal consequence of putting a community through a struggle session. Which, Nate, you're supposed to be against that, but apparently you're not. Have you received any of the following medical treatments due to playing video games? No treatment. Please enter your date of birth. 1 second, guys. Okay. Would you like to add any additional information that would help us determine the case qualifies for compensation? Are you working with another law firm regarding? No. Your case results are ready. See your case results instantly by submitting your contact information. Do that over here. You have gamer rage. No, I am anti-government. I have anti-government rage. Do not mislabel my rage because that only makes me even more angry. Because you're a government shill. And that's the last thing you want to do is piss off the person who is not afraid to say we should be knocking our government off a fucking cliff. It appears we can't assist you right now. What? What do you mean you can't assist me? You need to be helping the children, damn it. You need to be helping the blacks. This is systematic racism right here, I tell you. This is whiteness right here. This is clearly white supremacy, guys. Clearly white supremacy. If I was a white guy, I would have immediately gotten served. No, I'm just kidding. It appears we can't assist you right now. Thank you for contacting us. Unfortunately, based on the information provided, we will be unable to assist you with the lawsuit today. Please note that other lawyers may use different criteria to determine who they can assist, so we encourage you to continue to seek legal assistance elsewhere. Below, you will find information provided that does not meet our criteria for representation at this time. It appears the complication or injury does not meet the criteria at this time. It appears that the age does not meet the criteria. Okay, but that goes back to my claim. Addiction should not have an age qualifier. that goes back to my initial claim. Addiction is not an age qualifier. Just because you're old does not mean you're no longer addicted. Because at that point, you're lying. You've been lying. Because you're just now saying the people who are inflicted with these type of addictions, right? We only care about the young, but we don't care about the old that's already been, there's justice for the young, but there's no justice for the old. That's literally what they're saying. Oh, this whole video has been nothing more than just that. That's just well, that's that whole video, guys. Like that's the whole video. What does gaming addiction have to do with suicide? Apparently, it has a lot to do with suicide. Like, there's no other factors as to why a person is killing himself. Especially for a male. It has nothing to do with the fact that they're being made fun of for being a virgin. Definitely has nothing to do with the fact that there's things that they like that's not fitting within the social norms within high school or middle school or elementary. Definitely has nothing to do with social interactions. Has nothing to do with what's happening in the household where the parent doesn't want to do anything with the child, and they often buy their child anything in order for them to get them the fuck away from them and get them to shut the fuck up. No, it has everything to do with games somehow. I don't know, because game character killed himself, therefore it inspired people to kill themselves. That's why. I mean, Christ. Yeah, like he heel turned the same way Melanie Mack and Razor Fist did. 4 fucking years. 4 fucking years of regurgitating the same talking points over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and then realizing that you're not really getting that much money, so you have to change it up. So what do you got to do? Are you gonna keep regurgitating the same talking points over and over and over and over and hoping for more income, or are you gonna change it up, irregardless of the fact that it is hypocritical and contradictory what you have been saying for the past 4 fucking years for the sake of more money? They're going to do the latter. Because a lot of these motherfuckers don't want to go back to a 9 to 5. And while I can understand that, selling out your principles and your morals, that's not a line you cross there, buddy. That's the Rubicon. That's why I unsubscribed from Nate. I like him for his political his takes on political stories, but now it's like I've now gotten to the point where it's like, if I'm not reading the information myself, everything these people are saying is just grains of salt. And I think that's what everybody else should be doing. Because it's really weird. Like, these people don't want to innovate, but in order for them to get more money, I rather flip flop on my position and still hold the position that I've been barking for the past 4 years, while still making money on a position that is antithetical to what I've been barking for the past 4 years. And keep in mind, Nate does look old. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, hold on, let me show you who Nate looks like, because that's just his YouTube thing. And then you know what he's gonna do when people bring this up. Oh, they're just salty gamers. They're just salty gamers. I didn't do anything. They just don't. Their feelings are hurt. Like, no. Like, let me show you how old this motherfucker is and what he looks like.
This is what under the influence of drug players who will not who will state remain
Like, this is what he looks like.
nameless.
Like, he's got the gray. He's got the gray in his beard.
Big conspiracy, and I told you guys from day one.
His room is very plain. Like, this guy is like 100 boomer. I probably need his birthday, and he already fits in the boomer category. Just that whole video just came off like propaganda, bro. Like, hold on, I got a notification. Oh yeah, I forgot. Fucking Smooth McGrew's cat died. The little cat that he always has when he's like doing like little sounds. When he's doing like his videos, he always has a little cat. Like, oh man, I'm gonna miss the little guy.
Hey friends, as you may have heard, my black cat Charles, my little buddy, has passed away. He lived to be 14 and a half years old, and these past few months, ever since January, he developed a pretty intense chest infection, which in the end took him. He was on an intense regimen of medicine and supplements to kind of bring him back, and he was doing so well. He actually alleviated a lot of his symptoms. He was able to breathe better and everything, but the last 3 days it was just too much, and he passed away 3 days ago. And you know, he was my first pet. He wasn't my first pet that I grew up with, but he was the first pet that was mine. He was born to a family cat that was my parents named Snickle Fritz, which is his mom. And Snickle Fritz had a litter of kitties. And a gray cat came out, a tabby cat came out, and kind of a mottled one came out. And the next day I went in there to look at her kitties, and there was another one, a little black kitty. And I said, what in the world? 24 hours later, and he was alive. So he was kind of a miracle cat from the beginning. And how I came to own him was, I never really intended to own him, but as his brothers and sisters were being adopted, one of them left, another one left, another one left, and then all that was left was the little black one. And he was the runt of the litter. You know, he was born late. He was always smaller than his brothers and sisters, and he was a black cat. And as you guys may know, black cats don't get adopted at the same rate as other cats. There's superstitions, but I never had any superstitions about him. So when I had, it was one of my first apartments, and I wanted a cat, you know, he was left, and I said, I'll take him. So I took him, brought him to my apartment, and I named him Charles, which I thought was a completely made-up name, by the way. I thought it was a name that I named one of my MMO characters a long time ago, but turns out it's a Dutch name. It's a Dutch male name, and I didn't even realize that until some guy named Charles won the Masters Golf Tournament, and my dad called me up and said, hey, you know the name Charles, you named your cat? Well, Charles just won the Masters Golf Tournament, and I was like, what? So turns out it was a real name. It's Dutch. But he was weird. A wonderful cat. You know, he was, like I said, he was
Charles. Well, there's Charles.
I
know that Charles
had kind of an issue where he couldn't meow for the first 6 months of his life. He was completely silent. He would open his mouth to meow sometimes, but nothing would come out at all until he was around 6 months old. I remember he meowed and this tiny little squeak came out. Tiny little squeak. And from then on, he developed his voice. And he could meow from then on, but it was always higher pitched than other cats. And, you know, it's funny because even Angel, this girl right here who's sleeping, I think, when I got her 4 years ago, her meow was always deeper than Charles, and Charles was a big male. So that was always funny for people to see and hear. But yeah, Charles is a wonderful cat, and I'll miss him.
Meow, meow, motherfucker.
He was so special. He was just my buddy. He was my lap cat, you know, and as most of you know, he...
Damn. I miss Charles, too. Well, Charles. Like, I like the little black cat. I like Smooth McGrew. Not gonna be the same without Charles. Still gonna be watching his videos, but it's not gonna be the same without Charles, man. It's not gonna be the same without Charles. Original designs of characters have always have the most Rule 34 art. Yeah, Gwen. Gwen is definitely that type of person. I think in Rule 34, she has like The website I go to, she has over like 10,000 art depictions. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Okay, so with that being said, I think I'll just go ahead and hop on some Dolphin. And update it. We can do it now. Didn't take that long. But yeah. And we're just gonna play some Sonic Riders. Actually, what I'm gonna do tomorrow, I wanna go to a GameStop and pick up Expedition 33. I heard that game was pretty good, and I saw the Almighty Lolly playing that. I was like, holy shit, this game actually looks really good. Like fuck all that narrative bullshit that's happening around that game. They did this shit to themselves. And my opinion on black people doing themselves is the same thing with fucking children and parents in gaming. You did it to yourselves. Suck it. Get good. That's my fucking stance. All these games. And then another thing. All you need to do is educate yourself. You bum motherfuckers. All you gotta do. Look what I got right here. All these fucking games. All these lovely fucking games can be yours with emulation. And it's detached from shops. It's detached from microtransactions. And what I have is what I own. Because remember, guys, remember this. If paying is not owing, stealing is not piracy. All right, so let's see, we're gonna continue mission mode with Wave. We have gotten gold medals on everything except for this one. I'm just gonna say that one for last. That mission 3 is like really hard. So we're just gonna continue with the other stuff. So we're going to the White Cave, perform tricks. Okay. Yeah, like that shit. I'm over here like, how do people not see? Well, I know how people don't see it because it's the same narrative, but the flavor text is mixed. Woo! Ow. Be taking advantage of those ramps. Ow, ow. Oh, that's not a ramp. That's a ramp. Two. One more. Bingo! Overachieved. With the gold, boys. With the gold. I didn't mean to do it. I'm gonna retry it. Wait. Yeah. Like, the problem can easily be alleviated if you educate yourself, but you don't educate yourself. Therefore, you are a slave. You did it to yourself. It's like how black people do it to themselves, getting shot by cops. White people, white children, white parents do it to themselves. So you get the fucking same treatment. forgot I was playing with knuckles. I can punch this. Look at the sign. Oh, thank God for the invisible rail. Oh, that's tight. Okay, still got it. Oh, but shit. It's that one. This one should be on the track. Oh, I missed one. What did I miss? Where did I miss it? How did I miss it? Oh, it's probably on the top up here. Yeah, that's where I missed it. Ow. It was all part of the plan, boys. Hey, 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 hey. Got the ricochet back to the stage. Alright, now we get gold. Damn. X. Yeah. Well, then welcome with gold, boys. Then welcome with the gold. Alright, mission 3. Go as far into the forest you can before wave. Okay, so time trial. Too soon. Right on time. Yeah. We're good. That better be your goal. Damn right. New missions. Luck or route. And there is a route where you can go down, do 4 more grind. Ah, God, it's another grind one. Ah, hate these. Consecutive grinding. Yeah. Oh my God, I could not see that. And that's why I hate these. They always angle this shit where you can't see it. Match. I literally hit the jump button. Kiss my ass. This is gonna be a fucking long nightmare. Okay. Try it again. And I was hold forward, not back. God dang it. Ow. He started making lawsuits on these fucking shows of Marxism and shit. with woke ideology instead of this crap. Can see it. Can see it. Ooh. All right, I think we got it. Yep. We got gold, boys. Nothing but gold. Nothing less than that. Bam. Fight with Wave. Hit her with one or more attacks and reach the goal before she does. So beat her ass before she actually goes to the finish line. Okay, okay. I can do it. I can do that. I'm more in the Rouge the Bat, but I got enough dick for her. Let's go. Oh shit, she is gone. Get back here. Get back here. I'm trying to hit you, woman. Come on. God dang it. I was not expecting her to go on my right like that. Alright, catch up. Damn it. Retry. I'm gonna do it 3 times. I was like, I know what you're trying to do, woman. Like, come on. Dang it, I thought she was gonna pass me. That's fine, I'll get her on the exit. Bitch. Bitch. Got it. Flap those cheeks. Yeah, 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 yeah. Bam. Whee! Bam. No, that's supposed to be an X. Bam! There we go. Dang it. Don't worry, we got more tries up ahead. I forgot what this trip looked like. Yeah, I'll go this way. Oh, that was a trick ramp. I didn't know. God dang it. We should have a couple more tries up ahead. Wrong button. No. Yeah, I'm 2 points short. I need to hit all 3 of those ramps. Ah, crap. The problem is positioning myself so I can hit all three. That's fine. We should be able to get the points for those other two ramps up ahead. All right, I'm gonna do 2. $28. Where the fuck am I gonna get that from? There's no other ramps. Don't take the flight ramp. There are literally no. Oh wow! So would I have to not miss a single one of those ramps? Ah! I need that. I'm sorry. Dang it. There is no room for that. Oh my god. It's not reading my directional input. No! Why did it do a bat? Damn. Better be careful, you're getting close to getting a game addiction. Getting all rageful and shit. $19, I'll rock with that. See what we can. Actually, I'm gonna take this path. Really? You throw that right in my freaking face. Okay, so I need to take that speed path. Bam. 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 Perfect. 22 out of 28. Take the speed route. Take the right side or the left. That was supposed to be a trick. What the hell was that? Oh my god. Is there a magical ramp somewhere I can take advantage of? Nope. Oh. I guess I'm only supposed to do one trick off that one. On the speed route. Nope. It has to be 20 out of 20. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2. 1, 2. Why are you only reading one input? Nope. It's not reading that input. There we go. Woo! Let's see if we can get this thing on the without fucking dropping. I'm gonna take this path. I guess that was the answer. I went down the wrong path. I have to go down the power path, and I got 30 out of 28. Make the goal, go for the goal now. And another thing why I don't like that narrative around the whole gaming addiction thing is these people are acting like you cannot under no circumstances be angry about anything. If you show anger, that means you have some form of addiction. Like, no. There's other reasons why these people can be angry. Could be problems at school. Could be a problem with a bully. Could be a problem with like social. Could be a problem with they don't know how to handle social interactions on the internet. Someone says something on the internet that they don't like. Need to be teaching these boys how to be men instead of pussies. Which those 3 boys that in Nate's video are a bunch of fucking pussies. Must have rolled back. No, it's forward. It's not centering. There we go. No! Jesus Christ. Okay, this is gonna be hard. Now I'm gonna be hearing this sitar for quite a while. Do simple tricks. There we go. Let's take this route. Alright, 2 more. Last one should be up ahead. How the hell did I miss that? Fucking zip line. One, 2, 3. Think of grind. Ow. I don't get it. Take. Gonna be right here in this corner pocket. For the love of God, don't let this zip line. Thank you. Well, did you hear about the Cinder drama? Who's Cinder? No clue who this Cinda person is. Oh, VTuber drama? I don't even keep up with that. That's not my bread and butter. I let Rev deal with that. Yeah. I let Rev deal with that. He's more familiar with the VTuber scene than I am, so. Reach the goal in 70 seconds, knock away any obstacles in your path. Time trial with the Knuckles? I think. Yeah. Do I have to knock things out the way? Ow. I may have to restart that. Ow. Christ. Now this is just a time trial. That really confused me. I could have went to that door. Gold? Silver. I think that door was like the deciding factor right there. I didn't even know that was a shortcut. Bam. Bam. Like the whole thing that Nate's doing is the same infidelity tactics that the left is doing. Like it just, but because he's playing team politics, it's not the same thing, so it's different. Both. Yeah, boy. So he's playing team politics. So because his side of the politics says this is the thing you have to do, he's doing it. Then it offers more money. So. Yeah, right. It's cool how the course can change to fit each character. Yeah, that is true. Like every course, well, they say the same course. It's just it depends on what character you're playing as. That's your designated area that you go through. Center. Woo! Not gonna lie, that was a little bit nauseous for me. The only way I can fuck this up is if I overcompensate. Got it. Nothing but gold, boys. Nothing but gold. We ain't here to take back no silver. We're here to take back holes. The holes love gold. Oh, what was this one? Plant rings. Got it. Woo! 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 Oh, I'm jumping right over those. Ah, shit. I went right past those and then right into the bomb. Wait, go to the line, go to the line, stay to the line. Oh my god. That whole row of rings. I think I need like at least 100 to get that gold. I think it's like 80 or 100 is one or the other. What did I... It's like you want to go down a straight line and yet sometimes you just can't. Oh, still got it. 7-7. That's good. I was just overshooting then. I think it's just in intervals of 10. Go, 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 go. Bam. Alright, so all we got is Sky Road and Babylon Garden. 10 more missions, and then we gotta go back to that other one to get that gold medal on that one. Home tricks. Oh, bam, 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 bam. Go, 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 go. Oh, I didn't think that was gonna be a ramp. I thought it was gonna be like the they changed this. It's supposed to be a speed, power, and a fly route. I was like, and there was supposed to be a ramp there too. Probably could have went for that back. Woo! Gain height. Missing one more point. I probably missed it on that. Yeah, I missed it on that one ramp. That's fine. We can do it again. I was a bronze? God damn. That was a bronze? Jesus. Honestly, I was hoping you would react to the Ethan versus Hassan debate. To just point and laugh at Hassan's video. I mean, I can do that without looking at him. There are things in this world that can be done without the existence of someone being in their presence. So, I laugh Hassan, even though Hassan is not in front of me. Bliss. Oh yeah, that ramp over there. Okay, that's what I missed. Bam. And then there's this ramp. Double S. Then there's this ramp. I don't have enough for 2. I don't have enough for 2 on the other one. And then I should get the amount necessary out here. Yep, 31 out of 30. Go, 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 go. Yeah, it's like they're doing the same thing like the left is doing. It's like you're in no way, shape, or form allowed to express any form of anger. So let go of that anger. Like that's just going to incentivize people to bottle up their anger. To the point, the only people that's gonna like take advantage of that are like the people who are planning for a revolution. That only benefits those types of people. Bam. Here we go now. Da, 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 da. Oh, camera, what are you doing? I think I'm trying to like fuck me up. Why is the camera constantly trying to fuck with me? Go, 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 go. I like this music. It's really good OST. Avoid the obstacles and reach the goal in 65 seconds. Okay, so hope this one is not as painful as that one on the storm missions. Here's the hoping not. Whoop, 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 whoop. That was a rail there. Oh, God. I lost control of. Man, that wasn't a setup for failure, not at all. Okay, first of all, where's the rail? At the beginning. Okay, it's on this side. Okay, now I see it. Start all the way over here. Go, 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 go. Bam. Yeah, that's a better time. Ow, ow, no, 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 no. I think I can afford that. It's just a time thing. Go, 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 go. Fuck you, fuck you. Give me a fucking silver. Whoop, 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 whoop. Grind. Yeah, that wasn't a trap, not at all. The skin of my freaking teeth. Oh, how the hell did I miss that shortcut? Oh, that's gonna affect the time. Yeah, that's gonna affect the time. How the hell did I miss that shortcut? right. Oh my god. It's almost like there's a magnet on my board. And then another thing, if they're going to be doing something like this, it needs to be monitored by someone who actually knows and has played video games. Like, it can't be from a position of someone, like, because all this is kind of unbiased if you really think about it. And that unbiased is, it's a bunch of people who watch mainstream media and their opinions on video games is strictly from mainstream media. Which means the bias on those studies are just going to be completely fucking skewed. It needs to be from someone who has actually played video games and actually know the difference between raging with a justification or raging with little to no justification. Because those type of people are just going to lump all those rage moments into one fucking category and say that it's all the same. Here we go now, flashing all the stones. Oh shit, I thought I was like, oh shit, I'm going off the oh shit. At first I thought I was about to go off the fucking I was like, oh man. Oh, I missed that one anyways, so I need to do this anyways. That was one pillar of the those boosters. Here we go now. Got it. Oh my god! I just need to get it, that's all. I think I can afford one turnaround. Alright, I need to go, 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 go. Oh, I may not make this. I may not make this. Nope. Not enough time. Dang it. Okay, so I do not have enough time for a turnaround. And I completely fucked that up. Go, go, go. Bump to the wall. Straighten out. It's. That straighten me out a bit. Got it. Oh no, I'm missing one out of the thing. It's probably going to be up ahead. Yeah, there it is. Got it. Go, 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 go. No retry. Be clever with your gear. Try to keep your speed over 140. Be clever, guys. I gotta be clever. Did I punch that? No, well, how else am I supposed to jump? Bum, 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 bum. That's a failure. I saw the bombs on the road and I panicked. Yeah. There we go now. Smash, smash, smash. Ah, I could have went for that. I'm pretty sure that's gonna fuck with my time. Yep, over. Go. Now here we go now. Ooh, I'm gonna run out of here. Yep. Wait. Over 100. When did it dip? It was still above 140. Gotta manage my air. Ooh, it almost threw me right into that. Why did I do that? Because I needed air. Whee! Yep. I gotta really get my crouching down right. Ooh. Damn it. Fail. Of course, to counter that, I can always do a boost. Woo! I'm definitely gonna need that air on that ramp now. Damn it. So I cannot, okay, so I cannot take that ramp at all. Like, even when I time the jump right. Keep that. Good. All right, now I definitely don't need to take that back. But I can take the air that I have. Got it. Shortcut. That's gold. Nothing but gold, nothing but gold, nothing but gold. Gold, 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 gold. Bam. Gold on all Sky Road. One more stage to go, guys. 5 more missions. Babylon Garden. 112 tricks. Oh god, there's something in my eye. Wait, how can I do tricks on this? It's just a straight. There, okay, there we go. Am I missing something? There's only 2 ramps. What the fuck? There's literally only 2 ramps, so I have to get X's on both of them. Got it. Oh god. Yeah, that fucked me up. Twenty out of 20. There we go. Yo. Well, these should be straight ass easy. All we're playing was on a donut. He's making a right turn. Like, don't. Oh, I need to go forward. And somehow I just. Wait, did I get that? Oh. Like I didn't. Ah, that's B. Somehow I'm not going into that 4th one. Keep overshooting it. And I just overshot it again. Like the second I figure out what to do on that ramp, all of a sudden I just can't get this. One easy ass one. And I keep overshooting. I keep thinking I'll slide into it and then I overcompensate. Hold back. Height. How did I literally held back? That was supposed to give me the necessary height. There we go. I have to really charge that thing. Maybe we should get rings for doing this crap. Or do you? I think you do. Probably from the ring missions. Oh, what was I supposed to do? Go as far as you can before we. Okay, so it's a time thing. Oh, beat this month? Okay, hold on. I need to get take off then. No. Well, let's run it. It's just the time thing. Really? Just place those right in front of my face. Okay, cool. Okay, that was a silver. I need to be quick on getting them. Ah! Okay. Got him. Is it a time thing of tagging him, or is it a time thing of like getting there as fast as possible? No, it's a time thing because it would have literally gave me a time on when I tagged the boss. So this is a do it as fast as possible. Gold, got it. Shaved it off by 2 seconds. Does this one traps in split space get past these obstacles by doing 5 or more grinds? Oh god. Oh, the grinding missions are fun, am I right, boys? God. And this should be easy. Got it. All right. One more, and then we go back to that one stage on wave. Reach the goal with over half your air left. Okay, so this is air management. Has basic attribute, but holds much air. Oh, I went right between those. Oh, wow. Right air 2. Max air. Easy go, boys. Easy go. Easy. Oh, easy. Excuse me. Gold on every fucking course. Every course. Except this one. The most hardest one of them all. Think I can do it, boys? I'll get this one a couple more tries. So I log on and get some meat. Ow. Alright, fucked it up. Alright, forgot my damn strategy on this one too. When they literally line the fuck up when you jump right off the ramp. I'm literally getting clipped. I'm going to the farthest left and he's still like catching. Damn it, missed that ramp. I'm about to run out of air. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna get one more try. One more real good run. That's a rail. I never noticed that there. Shortcut, boys. I'm on the rail and I still get clipped by the robot? Wow, that is garbage. $46 instead of 43, that's a good time. I'm sorry, but that was garbage. How the hell the robot gonna hit me by being dead ass in front of the rail? Ow. We made it here before we actually got that time down. Gold. Gold. Let's fucking go, boys. Let's fucking go, boys. Fucking go. Imagine if I would have got that goal without taking a shortcut. Like, Jesus Christ. Gold on every fucking mission. Yeah. 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 Gold. 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 Gold and green. Gold and sand runs. Gold in Babylon. Gold in digital diamond. Yep. Got it all. This board. So this is supposed to unlock something? Was it supposed to do something? We'll do a quick race. I'm probably supposed to get gold on this too. Light booster. So if I still got the same skill with it. Oh, they ain't catching me on this damn thing. Oh, I said that and motherfucking cream just came out of nowhere. Now the downside is I don't have boost. Oh. God dang it. Oh, you a bitch. Oh, man. And then you force me to take this stupid turbulence. Man, this thing is not as good as I thought it was. And the cars always clip me. Oh shit. Oh, that ain't gonna work. Man, I used to. Oh man, it's been a while. I gotta practice with that damn thing. Cause I used to like kick ass with that damn board. Got some fucking cars. Oh shit, that turn. I forgot the handling on this thing is like crazy. I'm doing a lot better now, all of a sudden. I guess I wasn't taking the right path, or I was using the wrong fucking character. I let me drop down though. He's right behind me. Oh yeah, I got that lead now. Can't drop my guard though. See, that's what this board does. It creates that massive ass lead. Look how far ahead I am. Bam. And that was without boost. That board is actually really good. If you know how to snake, like, you can go really far. Like, they cannot catch up to you. The only downside is if you mess up, that's it. Like, that is it. Like, you ain't coming back from that. But yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and sign up. It's been about 3 hours and 47 minutes of quality streaming, if I do say so myself. So thanks for everybody tuning in. Hopefully, like, I'll say this on the last note regarding the whole Nate the Lawyer video. If it actually is helping for a good cause, then I'll take back everything I said. The second that it starts being used in a nefarious purpose or way to strike down the people that, let's be honest, do have the same, I don't want to say like voting patterns as Nate, but they're in the same political field with Nate. if these laws start being used in very arbitrary reasons, you're the one to blame, Nate. Because one, you're a boomer. Two, I don't think you're really part of this whole space anyways. And three, you need to stay the fuck out of it. Until then, thank you everyone for tuning in. I will catch you next Saturday. Until then, take care, be safe, and catch you later.